Hello and welcome to my channel, A Blind Woman Speaks, where I talk about disability justice and inclusion from the perspective of a blind white woman. My name is Kelsey Waters and this is my original content. Today's topic is wardrobe wars. You look so well coordinated. How do you match your clothing so well? This is a question that I am often asked by sighted people who are probably somewhat amazed and are trying to imagine what it might be like for me as a blind person to manage my wardrobe. The truth is, it's not easy, but it can be done. So today I want to talk to you about some of the challenges I encounter as a blind person trying to manage my wardrobe, as well as some possible workarounds, which, by the way, involve their own frustrations and caveats. So I'm going to share with you 4 barriers that I experience. Barrier 1 is color. So I have a ton of neutral colors in my closet: black, gray, tan, navy, etc., because they are easy to match. For a formal event that I attended, I was asked to wear certain colors: red and white, black and gold, and blue and white on another occasion. I would not have been able to select the proper attire without the help of sighted friends. One friend kindly sent me a beautiful red dress because the red in my closet is very limited, being that it is more challenging for me to match. Another friend pointed out to me that a dress I thought was only black was actually black and gold. Without her assistance, I would not have known that that particular dress was appropriate for the black and gold attire that I needed. The second barrier, the nuances of matching. Matching outfits is not as simple as navy matches with black, gray matches with this color, one and done. There are different shades of each color that create some nuances that make it more difficult to match clothing. There's navy blue and there's sky blue. There's chocolate brown and caramel and tan. There's fire red and burgundy. There's charcoal gray or heather gray or true gray. The third barrier is style. I might have successfully matched an outfit, but my work is not done. I still need to make sure that the clothing looks good on me and that the styles go together. Also, different people do have different opinions, and some people might hesitate to be honest with blind people. The fourth barrier is personality. We all know that clothing makes a statement, so that the way we dress can influence the impression we make and how we are presenting ourselves. Although some things are common sense, for example, jeans and sweatshirts look casual, while dress pants and a blouse look professional or business casual, it can still be even more challenging for me as a blind person to know what statement I am making with my clothing. The challenge is to know whether I look young, conservative, professional, or more casual or dressed up than is appropriate for the occasion. So now that we've discussed the barriers, let's talk about some possible workarounds. The first being technology. There are 3 different technologies that I'm going to share with you. This does not include all of the technologies that are possible, but here's 3 that I'm familiar with. The first is an app called Be My Eyes. This is an app that allows blind users to make free unlimited video calls to sighted volunteers who provide live assistance with visual tasks. When I use the app to request assistance with selecting an outfit, I have to be careful that the lighting in the room does not distort the colors of my clothing, which I would only know if I ask a sighted person. I was told that the lighting in my room is yellow, so I know that I either need to go into a different room or teach a sighted volunteer how to turn on the flashlight on my phone, because otherwise the colors of my clothing that the volunteer on the app sees with the yellow lighting in my room will not always be accurate. For example, they might see navy instead of black or gray. and this makes it really hard when I'm trying to match clothes. The second piece of technology is called Aira. Aira is an app similar to Be My Eyes in that blind users can get live video assistance through video calls with visual tasks. However, Aira does have much more advanced video and audio capabilities, as well as more advanced technology than Be My Eyes, which expands the possibilities of tasks with which they can assist blind users. Furthermore, Aira is a professional service with agents who are trained to work with non-sighted individuals rather than volunteers. When picking out an outfit, I can have an Aira agent take a picture of my outfit and send it to a good friend or a trusted loved one who will hopefully give me feedback. I've learned by now to send it to a couple different people, so I will always have more than one opinion. The third option is Audio Pen Friend. An Audio Pen Friend, which I just bought and spent a pretty penny on, allows me to attach little label tags to the clothing, record a description of it, and then when I find the piece of clothing in my closet, I just press the pen device to it and it'll play the recording on the label. What I was envisioning was to take a cardigan, for example, and record something like, "This is a navy blue cardigan that would match with these color blouses and these color pants and this style," and then find the pants and blouses that, according to my recorded description, match with navy blue. But even this awesome technology has its challenges. Namely, I would probably need a sighted person to help me figure out what the heck matches so I could do the recorded labels for my clothing with this device. So this Pen Friend, which is a pretty neat device, is sitting there collecting dust until I can get the visual assistance I need. The three technologies I just described, like I said, are not the only apps or devices that have been invented for this purpose, but they are the ones I'm familiar with. There are color identifying apps and devices out there, but I don't have a ton of faith in them. I haven't honestly found them to be very accurate or helpful. Also, I want to say that some people who are marginalized may not have the resources they need to use this technology. They may not have a smartphone to download the Be My Eyes app or the Aira app, and they may not have the financial resources to purchase an Audio Pen Friend or pay for the expensive monthly subscription for Aira. The final workaround is perhaps the simplest, though not always reliable: to ask a friend out of the goodness of their heart for help, either in finding specific colors or matching up my wardrobe. I've tried asking to go shopping, believe me, but with everybody so very busy these days, even those two things can't always be reliable options. There are a couple times that I have gone into the mall myself and had decent salespeople helping me. But then there are other times where I come out and whatever I pick out, the trusted loved ones or friends that I asked to look at it for me pretty much voted it off the island. To make matters worse, I'm not exactly a stick figure. So as you can see, there are several barriers when it comes to blind and visually impaired people picking out their clothing. I would like to look nice and be confident in what I wear, but it can be quite challenging. While managing my wardrobe might appear to be a mundane topic, I wanted to share my experience with you so that you understand how everyday routines are full of barriers for people with disabilities, and thus understand why accessibility first is vitally important. Clothing is one of many areas of life that involves several barriers for blind people that non-disabled people don't always recognize or think about. The technology that exists only partially reduces these barriers, and the truth is, these barriers might not even exist if our society learned to value accessibility and inclusion as a forethought rather than an afterthought. So, if accessibility and inclusion were society values, how might this reduce the barriers I experience in managing my wardrobe? First of all, I wouldn't have to pay such a hefty fee for Aira, nor for the pen friend, because the government and technological companies would understand that these tools should be accessible to all people with disabilities and available to all people, and that such expense can create additional barriers for those who do not have these socioeconomic resources to meet such exorbitant cost demands. In fact, I might not even have to purchase such a device like the pen friend if some mainstream technology was produced to ensure that all clothing was accessible to blind people. For instance, putting braille or voice recorded labels on the tags, perhaps with a description of matching colors. Furthermore, I wouldn't have to spend hours trying to match outfits, and I certainly would not be told at the last minute that I need to wear certain colors for a conference. At least not without an offer to help, because people who think inclusively will understand that it takes a blind person twice as much effort and twice as much time to manage their wardrobe. I hope you learned something useful from this video. Chances are that before listening, you probably had a sense that managing my wardrobe might be a more challenging task for me, but you may not have had a full understanding of all the barriers that blind people such as myself encounter. As I include, I have one challenge for my listeners. As you go about your day, try to pay attention to your routine and your environment. What are some aspects of your routine that would present barriers if you had a disability? What kinds of things could make your environment more inclusive and accessible? What could you do to help create a safe space, both physically and emotionally, for people with disabilities? Lastly, what kinds of things could you do to actively promote change? For example, you could reach out to a blind person you know and volunteer to help them pick out outfits for the week, especially if professional dress is required. Please ponder these questions with your hearts and minds, and share your thoughts in the comments. If you like what you heard, please follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Please share, like, subscribe, and comment and engage. Until next time, stay tuned for more videos from A Blind Woman Speaks.